Welcome to the Tiny Kitchen. Today, we're talking pancakes. There's a few different ways to make pancakes that we found, and we've been playing with some different recipes, so today we want to show you 4 that we've come across. We're actually going to start with my favorite method, which is the griddle, and we'll get to that in a second. But before we do, I wanted to talk about flavors. Now, a lot of people like the straight-up pancake mix out of the box, which is totally fine. We like to add a few things here and there, depending on how we're feeling for the day. My 2 favorites to add are vanilla and a good cinnamon. Now, depending on what kind of flavor you're going for, the cinnamon itself can add a kind of French toasty feel to it, a more autumnal feel. We found this really, really good cinnamon. We actually got it as a gift. And you don't have to worry about adding any kind of sugar to it because the sweetness of the pancake and whatever syrup cancels that out. And then just good old-fashioned vanilla. Just a few drops of this stuff in whatever you want to make, especially pancakes, really elevates it just that extra little bit. So let's talk about the griddle. Now, I know that not everybody has room for these, but if you do, they are a fantastic cooking tool, not just for breakfast. They have a pretty low profile, so they can store above cabinets if you have space up there, or even in the bottom of a pantry or kitchen closet if you need to. They are great because they just give you even heat that you can control the temperature on. That's why I really prefer the griddle as my go-to for not just pancakes, but burgers, bacon, a lot of other breakfast foods in general too. Not that burgers are for breakfast, but you could do a breakfast burger. Maybe a burger with an egg. You know, back in Jersey they had one called the lumberjack, where it was a burger with pork roll and an egg. And yeah, right, pancakes. Batch number 1, we're all mixed up. Let's get it on the griddle. Just take your classic spoonful, plop it on, and that is going to cook right on up. Now, a lot of people, if they've never cooked pancakes before, they're not sure when to flip or to turn over the pancake. Usually, you will always want to wait until the pancake has spread out just a little bit and you start to see the bubbles forming on top. So these have been only on the griddle for a few seconds, and already you've got all these wonderful bubbles and the edges are just starting to dry. That's when you want to give it a flip.
I can't really take it off.
Oh, look at that. This is another reason I love the griddle, because you get these smooth, flat, beautiful looking, crispy bits on your pancakes. Now, once your pancakes flip, you only need a few extra seconds on that side and you're good to go. I need a plate. Oh, we didn't get a plate. We are terrible at our job. Hang on. I can do it. Okay. No, the door. It's okay. Seamless. All right, so these have been flipped. They've had about 30 extra seconds on the other side, and these are nice and fluffy. Let's get them off the griddle. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Pretty, pretty pancakes. And that's griddle pancakes. Easy as that. They're light, they're fluffy, they're slightly crispy on the outside, warm and cakey on the inside. Again, griddle is my favorite. But what if you don't have a griddle? Well, that's when we go to number 2. So we're getting stuff ready to mix up batch number 2. And this is when you can add your flavors that we were talking about earlier. I think for number 2, I'm going to go with a little bit of vanilla. Vanilla, very potent stuff. Don't need much, but it makes a heck of a difference. I am just not a Tennessee Williams kind of guy.
Hey, Scott?
Yeah?
Pancakes.
Pancakes! So, we're making pancakes. All right. So, say you don't have a griddle and you still want to make pancakes. Easy. We got a frying pan. Frying pans, all different shapes and sizes. If I'm going to make pancakes just for me, I prefer to use the tiny frying pan. That helps me keep the pancake sizes regular and a portion control type of thing. If you need to make more, it takes a little bit longer, but, you know, whatever, they're pancakes. Normally, you do butter. I do throw some butter in the pan. I did have to buy this thing of nonstick cooking spray for another recipe, so I may as well just use it because I never use it for anything else. So, a little spray of that. Same dealie as before. You just take a scoop of your dough and just plop it right on in the pan. Now this pan we have set to medium heat. If you're not sure what heat you need or if you need to adjust it, your first pancake is what I always call the sacrifice pancake. It lets you judge your temperature, judge your cooking implement, all that. So we can see here the edges look dry. We got plenty of bubbles. This one's good to flip. We have a slightly darker top. Not as smooth as the griddle, but still looking good. Now you see here, this is a burned pancake. That is a bad pancake. Whoever made that pancake should be punished. Maybe not punished, but at least there's something to actually take away from this. This pancake was burned because the previous pancake was not cooking quite right, so we turned the heat up. It's all about the experiments in cooking. This is actually my first time in the kitchen making pancakes in a pan like this. So, you know, you learn, you burn, you get real sad about it. What? Pancakes. And there we go, that's the skillet. I burned mine because I'm really honestly just not used to cooking it in a skillet. I'm not going to blame my tools or anything, this is entirely my fault. But it's an option. Skillet is always good. But what if you don't have a skillet? Or you wanted to try something different with pancakes? Well, that is where this comes in. So, casserole dish, or baking dish. We're actually going to make a pancake. This is a recipe I came across, and I'm actually really excited to try. Say you don't have the frying pan or the griddle, you can actually make a pancake cake in the oven. Now, I've already mixed up our regular batter, which is just our regular mix, and I've added the vanilla in. But because we're doing a cake, I want to get a little fancy. That's where the chocolate chips come in. So we're just going to add those, get everything mixed up, and pour it on into a greased, or in this case, spray greased, casserole dish. Chocolate chip pancakes are always a staple. Everybody loves them. I know my wife is a huge fan of chocolate chip pancakes. And oddly enough, I've never really gone for them. I think it's maybe my brain is looking at it and going, hey, this looks like a giant cookie, but it doesn't taste like a cookie. Or, well, I don't know what really. But for whatever reason, I've just never been a chocolate chip pancake kind of guy. Well, this might change that. Well, that cat looks like me. Pancakes, right. So, it's been about 15 minutes total, so let's check this out. All right, so the top is nice and dry. Ignore that, totally fine. The top looks nice and dry. Chocolate chips look melty. Stick in a knife, pull it out. Ah, you see that? That's goo. Not just chocolate goo, but pancake goo, which means this needs a little bit longer inside. So we're going to give it 5 more minutes.
Okay.
All right. 5-minute check. Let's see. Oh, that is what we're looking for. No goo left on the knife. All right, we're going to turn the oven off because I have a really bad habit of forgetting to do that. We're going to let this cool and then slice it up. Beautifully even slices. Oh, look at that goo, though. Look at that. Okay, so that is the pancake. It looks really light and fluffy. The chocolate chips are super melty. I'm actually going to try this right now because I'm really, really excited for this one. Let's take a bite from the back here because I don't want to ruin that really pretty picture right there. Let's see. It's also steaming hot. That is really quite good. The outside edge is crispy. The inside is light and fluffy. The vanilla and the chocolate chips play really, really well together. And the pancake is just this really light conveyance for all these other flavors. This, personally, is a huge success, and I could really easily see adapting this for a few other methods. But if you've got people to feed, this is a really good, show up thing. So you've got your pancake mix all mixed up and ready to go, and then you realize you don't have a griddle, or an oven, or a stove, but you still really want your pancake. Well, it seems like there's really nothing you can do. Or is there? That is where this guy comes in. Believe it or not, you can actually microwave a pancake. It's really interesting, and I am both curious and frightened to see how this comes out. This has got to be the I don't want to say the dumbest, but this has got to be among the dumbest things I have ever cooked. Because the recipe says you just... Why are we doing this? Why are we, as human beings, why have we gotten to the point where we decided that I really want a pancake, so I'm just going to figure out how to cook one in the microwave? Microwaves, where's this 1950s mentality coming from? We don't have it. I know. We'll cook it in the microwave. Let's just fire up the old X-ray machine and cook up that steak, too. What do you think? Give me another mayo injection. So to do this, you have to set aside any semblance of logic and just go with it. The recipe says you spray the plate down with Pam or another nonstick cooking spray, spoon on your pancake mix, and then stick it in the microwave on high for a minute or until done. Sure, let's go. There we go. 1 minute. Oh, don't. I am genuinely afraid of what's going to happen here. This is... Microwaves have their place. Don't get me wrong, they have their place, but... maybe you don't have anything else. Maybe a microwave is like, maybe you're in a dorm, or you just got a new place, you're in a bachelor pad, or your stove's not working, you're waiting to get it replaced, and you just need... You're craving that pancake, and you just really have no other choice. Well, that's the song of the devil. Let's see what we got. That's a lot of steam. Wow. That, I will say straight away that does not have a pleasant odor. I have to try this, don't I? All right, let's go back to the kitchen. So this thing is genuinely hot. There's a ton of steam coming off of this. And it makes sense. There was a lot of water in the batter. But I'm really not looking forward to this. Somehow it smells like eggs, but it's pancakes. Okay. On a fundamental level, this is a pancake. On every level other than that, it is a slimy, gross mess. And I hope I never have to eat this again. And there we have it. Pancakes 4 different ways. We've got griddle, skillet, pancake, and yeah. So I actually like to look at today as the Indiana Jones of pancakes. There are 3 really good ones. But yeah, that's pancakes. I'm actually really happy we did this one. There's a lot of fun you can have here when you're playing around with these. And there's a lot of other things you can do. I'm actually looking at the pancake cake pan, and I'm thinking of you could do a version with fruit, or you could do a version with meats, like one with a bacon or a ham. Basically a breakfast in a little brick. Pancakes are a wonderful staple of breakfast, and we've shown today that you can make them any way you want to. So get out there, play with your pancakes, have fun. Just don't burn yourself on the griddle.